There's global condemnation after Israel killed 5 Al Jazeera journalists, including correspondent Anas Al-Sharif, in a targeted airstrike in Gaza, a strike that has intensified accusations Israel is systematically targeting the press. The missile hit a clearly marked media tent outside Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza City. The other journalists killed were Mohammad Karike, Ibrahim Zahir, Mohammad Naufal, and Momin Aliwa. Israel's military admitted carrying out the attack, claiming Al-Sharif was a Hamas commander. Al Jazeera human rights groups and press freedom organizations have rejected that claim as baseless, calling it a deliberate killing and an assault on press freedom. The Palestinian ambassador to the UK called it an attempt to silence the truth. A Washington Post journalist called Al-Sharif's last public words, "Don't forget Gaza, don't forget me." The Australia-Palestine Advocacy Network described the attack as part of a systematic pattern, citing over 200 journalists killed in Gaza since October 2023, making this the deadliest period for journalists on record. Activist Diab Abu Jaja called the Al-Shifa strike a premeditated war crime, warning that labeling journalists as terrorists is being used to justify their killing. Press freedom groups, including the Committee to Protect Journalists and Amnesty International, say the attacks violated international law. Al-Sharif, who contributed to Pulitzer Prize-winning coverage in 2024, is remembered as one of Gaza's most respected voices. His death and that of his colleagues is seen as a severe blow to independent reporting from the territory. According to Gaza's government media office, the total number of journalists killed by Israeli airstrikes now stands at around 232. The toll has risen sharply over time, from 160 reported killed in July 2024 to 202 by January 2025, and over 217 by mid-2025. In May 2025 alone, 18 journalists were killed, including 4 in an attack on Al-Ahli Hospital in June. Journalists have died in multiple strikes on hospitals and targeted vehicles, and even inside clearly marked press cars. Incidents include the killing of Al Jazeera journalist Hamza Dado in January 2024, 5 journalists in a press vehicle in December 2024, and an April 2025 attack where a journalist was reportedly burned alive in another media tent outside a hospital. The killings have renewed calls for stronger protection of journalists in war zones and for accountability over attacks on the press. Al Jazeera media condemned what it called the targeted assassination of its correspondents Anas Al-Sharif and Mohammad Karike, along with photographers Ibrahim Zahir and Mohammad Naufal, by Israeli forces. Journalist Hala Jaber reacted to it as well. Anas Al-Sharif posted his final words on X, stating, "Non-stop bombing for 2 more hours now, and the Israeli aggression has been intensifying on Gaza City." And later on, 20 minutes later, one of those bombs killed him as well. Swedish professor Ashok Swan noted that Israel has now killed more journalists in Gaza than ever killed in the American Civil War, World War I, World War II, and the Korean War, and the Vietnam and Balkan War, and the war in Afghanistan combined. The Committee to Protect Journalists reiterated that deliberate attacks on media workers are prohibited under international humanitarian law and called for an independent, transparent investigation into the killings.